hello world. Good morning, Filipinas. Welcome to the Teacher's Voice, and this show aims to give teachers the opportunity to talk on air about their unforgettable journey and thrilling adventures, and as well as share their splendid wisdom to inspire and give hope to our listeners and viewers. This show is aired by the Philippine Las Vegas radio station from the heart of Las Vegas every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Sunday in the Philippines at 9 o'clock in the morning. This is one of your co-hosts, Judilyn F. Cañete, welcoming you from New York City, and my other co-hosts are Ma'am Pacita Ros and Marvin Cadornigara. They both are from New York City. Sir Marvin, shall we have a prayer?
All right, let us pray. Our most gracious and most loving Father in heaven, to you we raise our utmost worship. To you give the highest praise. We ask the presence of the Godhead to descend upon us through the Holy Spirit, who enables us all to discern your will and your wisdom. Grant us the heart of the Lord Jesus Christ so we can continue to serve him with gladness and with strength. It is in his precious and powerful name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very, very much. So, mga tita and Sir Marvin, let's try to greet our friends now.
Okay, let me go first. To all our colleagues, teachers, retired and active in the Philippines and in the other parts of the world, magandang araw sa inyong lahat yan, magandang gabi. And now we would like you to know that we are thinking about you, especially those in the Philippines. Nag-start na ang classes ninyo. So we wish you the best of luck for this school year. And let's hope that everything will go on smoothly para sa inyo and especially our students. Mabuhay kayo, teachers, wherever you are.
Salamat, Ma'am Pacita. Hello to all teachers who are listening to us today and to everyone else who will listen to our broadcast in the future. Welcome to the Teacher Voice. This is our way to celebrate your journey inside and outside the classroom as educators, as molders, as shapers of the future. We salute you for the marvelous things that you create in your classroom, the awesome results of your hard work and your dedication, and your loving acts of sacrifice and selfless giving. You are the modern heroes of our youngsters.
Right.
And keep up the good work.
Very good.
Wow, thank you. And it's my turn. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, all around the world. Teachers, we salute you and we're happy to give our stories to you guys. And wherever you are, I hope that you are fine, and thank you for your dedication. This Teacher Voice program is to give also voices to our teachers, to have their stories be aired, and we will be inspired on this. All right. Maybe we have to introduce our teacher first, our guest, and Sir Marvin, Ma'am Pacita.
Yeah. So, okay, it's my pleasure, great pleasure, to introduce to you, our listeners and viewers, our special guest for tonight. Our guest tonight is a former chair of the Social Science Department of the University of San Agustin in Iloilo City. At present, she is a faculty member of the College of Arts and Sciences of the Iloilo Science and Technology University main campus, also in Iloilo City. Aside from her Doctor of Philosophy degree in Educational Management from the University of San Agustin in Iloilo City, she is also a holder of 2 master degrees. One in Educational Management from the University of San Agustin and another in social science from the West Visayas State University. She's a member of different national and international professional organizations. She recently received, very well deserved, I'm sure, the Most Influential Teacher Award during the 2022 Unified International Summit in New York City, USA, as well as the Best Paper Award and the third Best Oral Research Presenter Award during the same International Summit by the Unified, also in New York City. And friends and our listeners, may I please introduce to you our guest tonight, Dr. Rowena Isidro of Iloilo City. Welcome, Dr. Rowena.
Welcome.
Welcome, Dr. Isidro.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And pleasant morning to everyone, especially to the avid followers of the Teacher Voice. Greetings from the City of Love, Iloilo City, Philippines. Good morning to you, Doc Marbs, Teacher Judy, Teacher Pacita. I am grateful beyond words. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, for this chance to be a part of this noble advocacy of hearing the small voices of the teachers across the globe. And I can't be more than happy and feel so blessed today. Thank you. And good morning from the Philippines again, and good evening there with you in the US.
Yes, Ma'am Isidro. I'm very impressed of your achievements. And I think it's time for us to hear your story too, that could inspire our teachers, our parents, and our students. Sir Marvin, do you have the first floor to ask a question to Ma'am Isidro?
Yes, I'm ready with my question. The first one, Doc Weng, aside from completing your Doctor of Philosophy degree in Educational Management, you also, as Ma'am Paset mentioned earlier, you also hold 2 master's degree. I have 2 questions with regards to your educational attainment. The first one, how inspiring and how rewarding are these graduate school degrees for you as a professional? And a follow-up question to that is, how do these degrees impact your outlook in life as an educator?
Very nice.
I started with the post-grad master's degree. Actually, it's a bit of a parang a demand for us because when I first entered the first school I taught, it's in John B. Lacson Maritime University. We were told that we will admit you provided you will really enroll in a master's degree because parang it's really the trend of the time. Without it, you can no longer be admitted in universities. So it started with that, but eventually I enjoy being in the graduate school because it's like a break from your monotonous weekdays. And well, I was one of the youngest or the young ones in the school. Back then, my classmates were already parang into the retiring age because they are working for their being principal in their schools. And I always have this idea from one of my classmates, bisan sa pansion mo na lang, no? Even in your grave na lang, if you can have the title, if you can have the letters before your names or after your name. So it's a bit of a funny thing, but it's inspiring. Then eventually, of course, you need that because you cannot enter the university without the master's degree. It's a minimum requirement. And well, I'm not very particular of titles and degrees, but from time to time, you're gonna really use that also.
Right,
It's
right.
different when you have that kind of degree. It helps you. And I think recently, I feel that I'm glad I have that
Yes.
because it brought you to places, and
Mm.
it gives you recognition because of your qualifications.
Mhm. Oh, very nice. Thank you, Dukweng.
Thank you. Wow. I am inspired of that having two masters. I wish I could have three masters too, or
Wow.
two.
Who
Kaya
will
lang,
very
tita,
soon. Uh-huh.
Sir Marvin, Ma'am Rowena, ang minaster ni Judilyn, kwenta-kwenta ng ano, ng pera. Sabi gamit tayo yung
Wow.
pera, no? No, Rowena, it is because of the business. So,
Yeah.
Ma'am Pasit, ito
Yes.
na.
Okay. Yung ano mo, I am struck, Dr. Weng, in your intro, your greeting after we introduced you. I'm struck by what you said. You were thankful to the show, The Teacher Voice. Salamat din. For what you said, giving you, the little small voice of teachers, a platform or a chance to be heard. Could you please elaborate on that? And although I am going to tell you, I kind of agree with you that we teachers, lalo sa Pilipinas, sa mga baryo, our voice is so small and so faint. Halos hindi tayo marinig. Could you please elaborate on that one?
Literally, if you are just an ordinary teacher,
You're
your
right.
voice can only be heard in the four corners of your classroom by the number of pupils of students that you have. But this radio program of yours, I consider this really a noble advocacy because you are inviting guests from all over across the globe, particularly here in the Philippines. And this is definitely a platform wherein we can be heard more and we can get inspiration from the very nice stories of others. And apart from you present paper, you go attend seminars and trainings, this definitely is one of the best kind and an opportunity for teachers like me to be sharing our own stories and be an inspiration for others. And we cannot definitely belittle the amount that radio can reach, social media can reach. So indeed, this is really an opportunity and a great chance for small people like me to be sharing our own stories.
Oh, thank you very much. As a follow-up question to what you just said, we have several teachers who cannot be invited to a forum like this or to other forum that may be available to them. Yung kanilang little and small voices, kung personally, ano palagay mo ang dapat marinig nung malalaking tao, especially those in the upper echelons of the government, yung nasa Department of Education? What do you think our teachers must let them hear about your plight as teachers in a barrio, in a small classroom, in a small building na kulang ng mga gamit? What do you think will you let them hear, yung mga may power sa itaas?
Personally, I did not experience this kind of difficulty, but I come to visit because I always do work on community extension. So I do visit and have really a real experience also of what these teachers, particularly teachers in the barrio, are experiencing.
Yeah.
So what they have to listen to and be hearing is the quest of these teachers, their struggle, their hardships, their sacrifices, in order to make this human resources of the country be a responsible citizens, and that they can be empowered also through education. the teacher. Teaching is really a very noblest profession,
Yes.
because well, nowadays teachers are getting uh, uh, a good salary somehow that can get you through the day, but with the kind of work that the teachers are doing, it's definitely not enough. And
Right.
so they should be given importance, particularly the resources that they should be using in order to deliver this learning and affect this learning to these young minds and hearts.
Yeah, they must have those. And does the LGU or the provincial government do anything, or do they have any extra funds to, you know, help the teachers out, especially with the things that they need in the classroom? Kasi alam ko, mga teachers natin, I did that too. Tayo lahat ang bumibili ng ating gamit, di ba? What does the LGU or the other governments, what do they do para matulungan sila? Do you know of any special funding that they get?
Aside from the national budget, the local governments or the LGUs, I want to believe that they have funds allocated for this, but it's not that it can actually reach the farthest of the far, the poorest of the poor. Sometimes, you know, I'm sorry, in the government, it's still the bureaucracy and the people who are having or who are in that position. Diba, yung makikita natin, may mga like in the, let's say, NFA, nabubulok yung mga rice, but you know, people don't have food. So in educational system naman, there are, I believe, funds for that, but you know, they are diverting this fund somewhere else. Siguro the teachers also from these places now, small voice, another small voice, another small voice, they can be heard when they are together, because in unity there is strength. And so siguro they should also be encouraged to let their problems be heard, and that they should be empowered through the kind of the informations that they should know, that there are things that are available that they can actually have or avail for that.
Thank you for giving them, the teachers, that voice. Thank you. Very good.
Thank you, Tita Pasit. Ma'am Rowena, you are right now presently one of the faculties of, you are a teacher right now. I mean, teaching in the college or the university right now. How would you, was there any point in your profession that you were offered also a management kind of position, why you consider to be a faculty teacher instead of having positions in the university of being one of the management staff in there?
I started as a classroom teacher. I want to believe that I'm sorry, my experience was pleasant, and that becomes a very good foundation of who am I and what I am now, because I enjoyed my first years in the classroom. That was in John B. Lacson Maritime University. When I transferred to another perks, the Doc Marks with the graduate school. When I was having the graduate school, then I was offered the teaching position in the University of San Agustin. Parang I was pirated then. Forgive the term, but that's very true. There, I was offered the position, and so I was the chair of the social science department, the biggest department in the university, for 7 years. I stayed in the University of San Agustin for 17 years, and 7 years of that was in a managerial position. I was offered for a higher position, deanship, but during that time, I really have to parang make a crucial decision because my boys are young. I mean, uh, medyo late akong nagkaanak, and so my boys were young, so I have to prioritize them.
Right.
I am just very glad that my husband is very supportive of my career. He never questions that I'm still working, despite that probably he can afford to sustain me and the children. So parang it's on me na lang to know my priority. And so my children, my family is my priority, number one, second to none. Though I love my career and I think I'm doing well on my craft. And at the moment, I don't have a managerial position in the university and Iloilo Science and Technology University because I'm a bit new also here. I transferred 4 years ago in the university plus the 2 years of pandemic. So parang I'm still new also in the university. Being in the managerial position, you've got other responsibilities. You have to take good care of the faculty under you, and you have to, well, sorry, but to parang you are a middle manager there, so you have the administration to think of, to please of, and you have your faculty here to take good care of your subordinates who are actually looking forward to your leadership. And being there means that you cannot just be in the classroom, but it's a different kind of challenge of being there. Given a chance, I would just love to be in the classroom. I think I'm good in the classroom, but sometimes
Yeah.
but sometimes you can't help it that when you are called by the
Right.
administration.
You follow.
So, Sir Marvin and Ma'am Pacita, I think we have that feeling too that we prefer to be a teacher
Yes,
than
Mm.
having holding an administrative position. And
right.
to become an administrative position staff in there is not, it's not easy. I prefer to be just a teacher. I
Yeah.
memorize already my I
True.
memorize already my I master already the subject. So I think that is what Ma'am Rowena loves to do.
Yeah.
And you're touching lives, no? You're touching
In
lives
the
when you are in the
classroom.
classroom. You are inspiring young minds and hearts. You are touching them. You're transforming them. And I think that's the noblest of all the things that we do as we practice
Totoo.
our profession. You got to know, and you continue to be behaving and having that kind of young heart too, because you are dealing with the young ones, and so
True.
you really have to be young at heart also.
So,
Yeah.
Ma'am Rowena, are you right now having the face-to-face instructions now
We are having a
in
blended.
Iloilo?
In
Ah,
Iloilo, we are having a blended. Different schools have their own different way of having it. In some schools, like for instance, in basic education, in Ateneo, where my son is attending. No, they have a different way of conducting the face to face. Today is his first trial, and then in other schools they have clusters in the university, and is at university. We call it blended. There are courses, actually subjects should be called courses in the university. There are subjects that are encouraged to be done still online, but with the laboratories, field works, and all that, they should be done face to face. So we are having it blended at the moment.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
We would like to
Sir
thank,
Marvin.
we would like to thank Doc Wing for sharing with us her rewarding and inspiring life as a college educator, a wife, and a mother rolled into one. And that's there is an inspiration behind her life, being not only a fulfilled wife to Captain Ezekiel Isidro. She is also a doting mother to two sons that she mentioned, Ben Jeremy and
Wow.
Gabriel Don. So thank you,
Beautiful.
Weng. But my question is, Dr. Weng, is so you have completed also the academic requirements for the diploma in special education. Please share with us your insights into the special education program in Iloilo City that inspired you to pursue this diploma in special education.
I already was a PhD holder then, but trend, no, it becomes a trend that everybody goes to a special education because it's the in on that particular time. And my friends are telling me, oh, why not go to special education? You will have a chance to go to America during that time. So I did also, and again, it was parang a break to the monotonous of the week that you got to go into the special education master's degree. It's actually towards the master's degree, because I did not have the thesis for that. So it was just in the diploma for teaching on the special education. But in Iloilo City, I can happily say that we have a very good program for the special education because the SPED is doing well, taking good care of our special children with special needs. And I think those who are into this particular program have the kind of heart and the heart and the courage to take that challenge. It's no easy. I have witnessed it for several occasions only, but if we have difficulty in the mainstream, in the regular classrooms, the difficulty of the teachers in the special education, I think, is much more demanding. And so that's courage, that's love for the craft.
True.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr.
I
Thank you.
agree. Yeah, I agree with Doc Wang that a special needs teacher, a teacher of special needs students should have not only the courage but the heart. Kasi like teacher Marvin would always say, to love even the unlovable. I'm not saying na unlovable yung mga special needs students, but it's just their behavior that could, make someone who doesn't have the courage to just quit, Kasi difficult nga sila. They have so much yung disability nila. It's so wide yung range of disabilities nila. So you have to have not only courage but also the heart para
passion.
Ituloy mo yung gagawin for them, to help them kasi they need you. They need that.
True.
Thank you.
True. Okay. Ma'am Rowena, ano ang the best part sa buhay mo as a teacher? We will see kung anong experience mo na masabi mo na the best and the worst.
Pinaka-best and pinaka-worst.
Challenging na lang. Pinaka-challenging.
Pinaka-challenging
Pinaka-challenging.
as a teacher. Parang napaisip ako doon. So sa pinaka-worst. Sa pinaka-worst na experience as a teacher, maybe when I don't really have worst experience as a teacher. I probably am just blessed that from the beginning until now, I am enjoying what I am doing. I love what I'm doing. And so I want to believe that generally my students loves me also inside the classroom. Because I'm still having very good evaluations for my students, and I think that's a very good gauge of performance.
Yeah.
Performance. Well, the quote that I actually shared, no, one of that of all the sad words of Tang and Pen, the saddest of this there might have been. I think that speaks about the what ifs and the regrets. As a teacher, I can say that no, parang related na. I'm sorry, no. One thing that the what ifs was haunting me for quite a while is that when I graduated without a Latin degree,
Mhm.
without a Latin honor, I'm sorry, no, when I graduated without a Latin honor, parang what during the graduation, parang nothing naman to me. But when I first entered John B. Lacson Maritime University, by the way, this is the first time that I'll be sharing this. Parang it's a
Mhm.
secret. Um,
Oh.
the weight of that not having graduated with the
Latin
Latin
honors.
honor strike me when parang everybody, a majority of us there during that time have most of them have Latin honors. So when you are introduced side by side with people with Latin honors, parang it makes you small, it makes you a bit insecure. You can't help it. Human as you are, di ba? Human as
Yeah,
you are.
right,
So
right.
parang wow, no? So parang wow. But I'm glad that I was not able that weight did not put me down. Instead, I
Yeah.
took it parang as an inspiration, parang Napoleonic syndrome in a nice way,
Right.
no, wherein you have to compensate your small size now with your performance and all that. And so I no crying over spilled milk, and I just did what I have to do, give my best to what my situation is.
Mhm.
And so at the end of the day, I was awarded as the best teacher and the most favorite.
Wow.
So the
Mhm.
evaluation coming from the students, the supervisor, and your peers. So parang no, it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter pala, no, that you don't
Walang
have that
Latin
kind.
honor.
Although until
Yeah.
now, no, parang andyan pa rin yan. But my co-teachers didn't know that I feel small and a bit insecure because of that. Probably when they hear this, oh, talaga, they have, she has that. No, but until now, isn't it, when others are being introduced, parang because it goes with the name, that graduated this and that. No?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it came from one frustration. No? I am a frustrated nurse because I first wanted to
Oh.
become a nurse
Oh.
because of peer pressure. But when I was a child, I really wanted to become a teacher. I teach my cousins. I do act like a teacher to my cousins and all that. But during high school time,
Ah.
the encouragement of the peers, no, my barkadas, the boys goes to engineering course because parang ganun no? Dito sa Philippines, yung mga lalaki mag-i-engineer, yung mga babae mag-nurse, di ba? But
Oo.
nature calls me not to be, kasi I was
Mm.
eliminated. I was an entrance scholar in Central Philippine University because I graduated, of course, top of my class in high school. But I was eliminated because of my height requirements. So that was the first real frustration in my life, and
Mhm.
it really affected me. So when I went to West Visayas State University, I just attend school. No, parang wala, no, parang walang buhay and all that. Only to realize that that frustration has a long-lasting effect on me because the grade that I
Mm.
got disqualifies me for a Latin honor. But
You are
the
there. Mhm.
that's a thing of the past. No, parang um how I wish that no I was able to wake up earlier and believe that, well, if I will not be a nurse, I'll be a doctor. Doctor, PhD nga lang, no, not the MP. Mm.
Yeah.
It's
But
all
as a
right.
teach but as a teacher, siguro yung mga frustrations mo lang is when you wanted really the children to get what you intend them to have.
Mm.
Tapos
Mm.
parang they take it for granted. Some take it for granted. And then you will realize that they end up with frustrating situations. Parang it's your frustration na din because what they become is an extension of who you are in the
Yes.
class. But of course, no, you should not be blaming really yourself alone for that, because there are other factors that made them so. And sometimes it's really their own choices, naman. As long as you open you open the possibilities of their improvement, of their development, and as long as you know to yourself that you have done your best in your craft, I think you will be at peace, thinking that, well, I've done my best. Even if my best is not good enough, no regrets.
True.
Right. Yes.
Yes, Sir Marvin.
Dupuing, we learned that you visited New York City last month during the 2022 Unified Multidisciplinary Research Conference International. And while attending this summit, you received the Most Influential Teacher Award, as described by Mampasit earlier, and was also recognized for your best paper. And you also won third best oral research presenter. Now, how did you find New York City? How has your experience traveling to New York City enhanced your passion and your pursuit of excellence as an educator?
Wow.
That American dream, no? The quest of an American dream. I have that ever since. But in my reality at the moment, parang it's really a tall dream for me, no? Parang far dream, which I did not really expect that in 2022 it will become a reality. Parang it's just that an opportunity knocks and I grab it. No, you will not live with regrets. Doc Marv's truth is, there is no slot yet for a visa in 2022 in the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines, but we just tried, and luckily I was given the visa, and it's a multiple entry. I had the interview. It's really very stressful going to in that quest. I had the interview June 21. The visa was the passport with the visa arrived in June 27, and my flight to New York is July 4. See, you can imagine the anxiety, the stress during that particular time, but it paid. It is actually a worth the stress and all that. And it was my first time to travel international alone. Alone. I had several travels, of course, but it's always with my husband or with the family. First time to travel international alone, and the again the stress, the anxiety, and all that. But coming to New York, it's a dream come true. And probably my experience with New York is because I was just a tourist, and so I see all the beautiful things in New York, the wonderful skyscrapers of Manhattan, and talagang nakakaluwa, no? Talagang as I describe this, you cannot reach actually the top of the building by just doing this. You really have to go like this for you to have that. So New York is a wonderful place to visit. I experienced rain in New York, and the days walking and all that. And I want to believe that I visited the good places, and so New York is such an awesome. This is a beautiful place to me. How did it affected or enhance my being as an educator? We cannot deny that it's an added plus factor for you to be receiving an award in an international arena. And personally, it adds prestige, and parang it adds also to your confidence that, true enough, I am locally oriented, but I am globally competitive, and I take good care of the gift that that was given to me.
Wow, exactly.
Very good. Very good.
That's true. Okay, Tita Pasit?
Yeah, okay. What courses are you specially teaching
Teaching.
presently sa school mo? And then could you please explain to us how those courses make the students who take them?
In ISAT, I am into social sciences. Social science is a broad
Very broad
area, very broad. No, it's
Uh-huh.
half of the entire science. No, it's half of the entire science, natural in the social science, and practically because I was the head there, so I am very well acquainted with all this. With all these specific areas of social science, and so when you ask me, I know economics, geography, history. In the university, in ISAT University, where I am teaching now, I am a member of the GAD advocates. They call us godmothers, GAD as in GAD, Gender and Development. And I want to share to your listeners and to the world that I am very proud of the GAD programs of the university. In fact, CHED Region 6 acknowledged it, and it is awarded as the best GAD implementers in Western Visayas. And so there are actually other schools even outside Western Visayas from Metro Manila who are doing benchmarking on how ISAT University is doing this. Because of Magna Carta for Women, isn't it, that at least 5% of the entire budget of any institution in the Philippines should be dedicated to the gender and development. And the university is doing well in that department. So as a member of gender and development program of the university, I am teaching gender and society. This is an elective for the entire courses in the university. And in here, you got to let the students understand better gender development, the problems therein, and why is it that we need this. The Magna Carta for Women is trying to empower, of course, the Filipino women. And although, yes, the Philippines is now ranks high among the Asian countries when it comes to GAD implementation. So parang it's really not a very big issue in us. But Teacher Pasit and Teacher Judilyn Marv's truth is still a biting reality for all of us, that there are still women who are actually suffering from abuses, who are suffering from maltreatments and all. So we really have to do something. Yes, abuses. No, we really have to do something for these women. And so I always love during the portion when you will be teaching laws and issuances. Now, I really love to teach RA 9262 to the children, because it parang becomes an eye opener not only to the women, no, that they have this law to protect them, but also for the men to be aware of this and to be aware of the consequences. And so I always tell them, you are an informed bodies here, souls here. So you have the responsibility to make this idea be heard in your own little communities.
Yes.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank you so
How I wish I would be a member too. Tika, magpamembro na tayo.
Dr. Wen, of course, the courses ditong GAD ninyo is not open only to women, pati na mga lalaki din.
Yes. The because it's an elective for all the courses, for all the programs. Everybody, before you can graduate from any course in the university, you really have to take at least this 3-unit course.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Good.
Oh,
Right. So because we don't have that much time, it's right now 7,
Oh,
7:55.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
For all we know, it's almost an hour now. But thank you very much for everybody. And we are going to have our quotes. And if you are ready, Sir Marvin, Ma'am Pasit, Ma'am Rowena, let's do it.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
My quote is proper education is the education of the heart. And the education of the heart is best achieved when we educators embrace the heart of God. For when we educators have the heart of God, we can love even the unlovable among our students. Salamat.
Perfect. Salamat.
Very
Ma'am
good.
Pasita.
Very good. Yeah. Okay. First of all, Dr. Wang, it's a great pleasure to have you here on the show. Your insight into a lot of things, pati yung experiences mo, I hope they heard and will be inspired by what you have done and what you have become. Now, I would like to just reiterate this quote from Buzz Aldrin, one of the 2 first men on the moon. And then probably you could also take this to your students over there, young and old. Ang sabi ni Buzz Aldrin is, your mind is like a parachute.
Mhm.
If it isn't open, it doesn't work.
Mhm.
Open mind. Mama.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Ma'am Rowena. Thank you, Tita Pasit.
You're welcome.
am I now? Sorry, I was
Uh-huh.
waiting for teacher. That I believe that success is no accident. It is never a product of what you do occasionally. It is a result of what you do consistently, and it must be coupled with hard work and perseverance. Great achievements usually comes with a great sacrifice. I always remember my aunt would tell us, no success if there is no sacrifice and no hard work. Goals and objectives do not come like a magic. The inputs are always the products of our inputs. So, and we also, along with this, we should also be humble enough to learn from our mistakes, because history repeats itself unless we learn lessons from our past.
Right.
And in doing our job and in our craft, let us believe in ourselves, let us love our craft, and always remember that action is the foundation of success. So, to all the teachers out there, congratulations. And I salute you for choosing this noblest profession. So, let us continue to teach, touch, and transform lives now and beyond, harnessing the human resources of our country into people who are locally oriented, globally competitive, and who are eco-friendly individuals. With that,
Wow.
stay as teachers and touch lives.
Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. So it's time for us, teachers, parents, uncles, aunties, to teach young people early
Mhm.
on that in diversity, there is beauty and there is strength.
Yes.
Yes. Let's teach them to come out from that comfort zone. We have to let them experience diversity, challenges in life, because there is beauty and strength from there. Thank you, Ma'am Pasit, Sir Marvin, and Ma'am Rowena. It's our pleasure that you are here with us tonight. Thank you, guys, and thank you for
Thank you very
PHLV.
much.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.